What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? It's May Money back in the building for another video. This is a very exciting first episode of the Millennial Gaze. We will just be talking, hanging out with millennial age people, just talking and sharing our stories and our experiences as we go into middle age. And just things like that. So this is just a very relaxed kind of chill vibe. We just get to learn more about each other. And yeah, so let's just get into it. So this is episode one with my friend Jimonte, Jimonte Lavon. And I'll just kind of let everything kind of speak for itself. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to participate and be on the show with me, feel free to hit that information in the description box below and hit me up. I would love to have you. Alrighty. See you in a bit. So, we have here, sir, Jimonte Lavon, one of my best friends that I've grown up with. We know each other from the soil, Oakland, California, representing up in the house. Right. And so you ski. And so thank you for having me here. Or
Thank you for having me.
yeah, thank you for being here and helping me with this project because it's gonna be cool. So all I need you to do is just tell me about yourself, Sir Jimonte.
Well, I am a millennial. I am looking to be financially compensated. Um, like you said, grew up in Oakland, California. I'm 33 years old. I've been working in IT support in the tech realm since I was 19. And I was raised by my grandmother. What's the, I guess it's not boomer. What's above that?
It's boomers. Ooh.
Because my mom and my aunts are boomers. But above that, it was
I don't know. Let me look. Actually, I got my computer right here. Keep going. Keep explaining.
Yeah, so she raised me, and she worked as a world history teacher at Berkeley High for like 30 years, and started taking care of me at the beginning of her retirement. And yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. So tell me about more about you and like your living situation, your experience more in adulthood as a millennial. Tell me more about that section of your life. You know what I mean?
Well, I live in the Bay Area, and it's expensive ish out here. And I've made it by, I think, by being in tech. I noticed that it was something that was booming. It's kind of taking over the Bay Area at one time. Like I said, I got into it when I was 19. So this was like 2011, 2012. And yeah, I mean, that career path has kept me stable. It's kept a good income for me. And I've kind of like been climbing this invisible career ladder, trying to figure out.
Invisible career ladder. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out, what it is I really want for myself. It's not something I feel like I'm passionate about or I've ever been passionate about, but it's kept me stable. And so I've held a lot of different jobs. Definitely had a little job hopping spree there. But it's allowed me to see different types of corporate environments and see myself in different professional roles. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So I just want to step in here for a little bit and just kind of mention something that he brought up, which is job sharing or like kind of like having a lot of different jobs. That is one thing that I've through a little bit of research, I've noticed that job security, and especially in California, which is an at-will state, um, is very kind of non-existent when it comes to millennial age people. So that's something that has been coming up a few different times. I've definitely experienced it. Um, so I just found that to be as I've been researching, I found that to be very interesting. Like keeping a job and having the security of knowing that you just can't get fired for some bullshit or for no reason at all, which has happened to me multiple times. Like there's been times I've been fired where I didn't even know why. I wasn't even giving them a reason. Just like you don't work here anymore. I didn't do nothing, nothing. So multiple times. And I as this kind of builds and I talk to more people, I bet that there's going to be a whole bunch of more people that have experienced that same thing. So let's continue. So tell me about the skills that you think that you have to offer in these jobs that you have, learned throughout this time, and like what have you do you feel like you may have honed in on when it comes to all your experience, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, so like I said, most of my experience is in IT support, but the past couple of years, I've definitely focused more into product management and project management on Salesforce. And so I think the skills that I have, I bring the ability to teach technical things to non-technical people in a way that they understand. I can deliver trainings, I can create documentation, I can help plan a product roadmap, kind of from the client journey, understanding like what's the starting point for a client to what's the end point. Um, I think I have a really good ability to kind of see the whole picture. I'm able to zoom out really well. And I guess if we're putting that in terms of like agile skills, right? Agile project management and how to be able to execute things, right?
Right.
And
also the technology side, like, knowing how to put that whole thing together on the computer, on it, and like literally physically put it together.
Yeah, for sure.
Is not something that's easy to do. And so like I feel like us as a generation, we've learned how to do this because we grew up off it.
And that's the thing about being a millennial is that like I remember when the internet came out. Right. I was like, it was like a thing, like, oh, it's here now.
Right. It's like that shit
We
was
had
all dial up.
exactly
like
we've seen the whole wave of everything from like literally the dial up to the AIM to people having sidekicks to the Motorola's, the Blackberries to Bluetooth coming out. Like everything. Like we've seen it all.
Remember Google Glass?
It was
like glasses.
Oh, the glasses that was looking like the Dragon Ball Z reader. Yeah, that's
I
the
never saw yeah, I never saw anybody.
Yeah, but they have the Apple Vision thing now, so you have like the whole headset. It's like
a microphone and everything.
Yeah, it's like a whole world in there.
I mean, but yeah, the first try was the Google Glass, and I was like,
it was looking like Dragon Ball Z.
That did not work. That did
Somebody
not
trying to
work.
read my power levels.
That did not work at all.
But I mean, that's the thing. I think we're really good at picking up new skills and understanding how technology works if we really put our minds to it, because it's like we grew up with it.
Yeah, and we grew up with it in an adaptable way. Like we saw it move forward in like in a very just like natural way for us. So there's always a new thing coming out. So it, like, for example, it went from all the flip phone to the phone with the keypad that had a thing, and then they had touchscreens on it, and then the sidekick, and then like AIM, and then MySpace came out, and you had to code your own fucking page on MySpace. Like you could just, hey, hold up, you could not just like make your own MySpace page. You literally had to like find the code of the color you wanted in the background,
Right.
and then code the fucking little
Changing the
Tweety
link to the
bird
source
that you
image.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yep. And like that shit was kind of cool.
Hmm.
Should bring that shit back. Hey, MySpace, where you at? But yeah, I just think that adaptability is definitely something I kind of want to focus and hone in on here because that is a huge part of us. Like we just be changing with it. I remember when we was using floppy disks and the VHS. I still got the VHS and everything.
Right.
I mean, from game systems, our TV shows are the best. Okay, we don't want to get into that. So, I want to get into a little bit more about kind of like that, like the adaptability thing. So I'll definitely be doing a lot more research, just kind of like going back in time a little bit about just like, because things have just, I mean, they're always changing. Like t once technology really, once the internet came out, things were just popping off. So I don't know. I think that's a very unique kind of part of us. Like because like we know what it's like to like live in the old and also like know like what it's like to live in the new and that's I think that's super unique because no other generation is really going to be able to experience that the way that we did because it's always just going to keep moving forward depending on the nature of our society right now but yeah y'all know what I mean like when it comes to technology it's just like there's no going back to those days so I'm just like it's a very unique kind of age group here that we're doing a little studying on. So I do know that I'm gonna pause real quick. I'll be right back. Let's press play. More of like your home lifestyle. Like tell me about your current living situation and please just embellish on like your aspirations for your living as well. But tell me about your current and tell me about like a little bit of history as well about
Yeah.
like your journey, how you got here and with it, with living and how difficult it has been because I know it's been like that for all of us and we all have very unique situations. So
Hmm.
please just feel free to embellish and just tell me the whole journey. I definitely did not mean to use the word embellish. Hey, you guys, I'm a stoner. Totally wrong word, but y'all know what I mean. I wanted him to like just kind of be detailed. Embellishing is like when you're like, I'm gonna look that one up in the dictionary, but let's continue. Yeah.
Yeah, so right now I'm renting a room with a friend. Like I said, I live in the Bay Area. It's expensive out here. And I was in the process of trying to buy a home in another state. Um, and that fell through because my job didn't want me to have ownership, I guess. They didn't want to pay taxes in another state, even though they already had employees working in other states. So that became an issue of them trying to control where I physically am. And um, that's still my goal is to buy my home. And I think I'm at a place now where I still want to travel more and decide, like, explore more of the world and decide exactly where I want to be. I don't know, I could probably be good with just living on an island somewhere, having a different timeline of a life,
Let
just
me know when you
quiet and
get there.
slower. Yeah, but for this, I had my own apartment, and I had that for a few years until they got infested with honeybees, and I had to get a lawyer who got me a settlement because my property management didn't want to take care of the bees, and they wanted to have me in there being stung and possibly, die from asthma. I don't know what could happen if I got stung by that bee. You never know, right? It's a honeybee, and they're protected in California. That's a law that you cannot exterminate honeybees. You have to, have a specialist remove them. And so that became an issue. Um, and so I was like, let me go try living in another state. So I went to Texas, went there for a couple months, and there were even more bugs there. I don't care more about Texas. There were even more bugs in Texas. It was even hotter. I went at the peak of heat and roach season. And yeah, they're on some different kind of stuff in Texas. I'm gonna tell you that because they left them people in Houston with no power for 2 weeks. It was like a million people
I
after
remember
Hurricane
hearing
Beryl,
that. Yeah.
and we're
Damn.
talking hospitals, we're talking senior citizens that with medicines and food they can't
Damn.
keep up because power out.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
luckily for me, I was in New Orleans when Hurricane Beryl went through Houston. And so I was able to kind of just be at my hotel and I was working the Essence Fest. So I was just kind of able to pass through and just wait out the storm. But yeah, different laws in Texas, different.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So that was one. What was the living situation for you out there?
crazy. In that matter of span of 2 months I was there, I moved 3 times because I was just trying to get away from the roaches and they were everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
then you might have.
I honestly believe everyone in Houston has roaches. If they tell you they don't, they're lying. Because they like to call them other things than roaches. They'll call them tree palmettos. They'll call them water bugs. Whatever the fuck they want to call them, they got roaches.
They got
Okay?
no bullshit. They got roaches.
I will
All
say
them
Dallas was a
roaches.
lot cleaner. I didn't see any roaches in Dallas.
Oh, so Houston. Hey,
But Houston got something going on.
I heard y'all got something going on and y'all got
Houston is the
roaches.
roach capital of the United States.
Oh gosh, okay. So yeah, I love that segment. That one's really funny. But let's talk about how he had to move. So I know because he's been my friend for a long time. He's had to move like hella times. I mean, like just, and then roommates, living situations, and like, sometimes you know what I mean, like, but yeah, we have to move a lot. We move around, we change states, we try to change states, we um try to buy houses. Obviously, there's a challenge there as well, you know. So that's just indicative. That's very like just kind of part of the course, basically, when it comes to our living situations. They're very different and kind of bizarre. Um, I mean, the shit that I be hearing is crazy. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's talk about like the job, especially this might be a little bit more Bay Area specific, but our financial situation compared to the living situation here. And when that also includes like health insurance being added on, and 401ks being added on, and social security, whatever the fuck that is. You know what I mean? Like all those things that we're supposed to have, when it comes to living. Are you making enough to live? Because I know I can tell you my story right now and I will be quick. So basically, I work part time at a freaking elementary school. Um, Good work, but the school district can't afford to pay me, first of all. So I'm only allowed to work part time. And then I only make $730 every 2 weeks. And so I have to make money off my tarot. I gotta go fund me. I be selling jewelry. Oh, these are nice right here. Yes. And it's like fucking paintings and working events and what everything else that I'm doing right now is to try to just keep my head above water. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because the work that I'm doing and the money that I'm making is not enough for me to live anywhere else but here. You know what I mean? So tell me about that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah.
That's the way it's been. I feel like we're kind of desensitized to it at this point. I mean, I've been working since I was in high school. I've had a job, different forms,
Yeah.
but I think for me now, I don't know about retirement. I mean, who gonna retire? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think that's a thing for us.
I
No.
don't
No, we're gonna be
know.
working until we drop
I
dead.
mean, that's what I saw my grandma be able to do. Like I said, she started her retirement when she
Right.
started taking care of me, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
she was a teacher, and she had I don't know, I think they get pension, and I don't know what kind of benefit, but she was well enough to
Right.
take care of herself and me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, grown throughout high school and grown up. So, for me, my goal is just to keep going. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
long term planning is ideal, but it's like there's definitely a difference in the Bay Area because there's like people that have a lot of money here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people that do not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like literally over there by Kaiser, there's a tent city in the park.
Mm-hmm.
And then right across the street, you've got this $1 trillion
Mm-hmm.
hospital with a sign talking about equity and injustice in the
Yeah.
window.
It's,
You seen that? You see Goop Stir earlier?
yeah. And then the thing is like they be like, oh no, you can't even come into the hospital, like damn near, because you broke. Oh,
Oh,
you
you
gotta
broke?
you gotta
Oh,
stay outside
nah. You
anyway.
ain't got no
But I
insurance?
need a hospital. Nah,
Oh,
bro, you
nah,
can't even
bro.
come in. Like
Don't call no ambulance.
no,
You
no.
got 3 bands? 3 bands, man. We need 3 bands,
Hell
man.
nah, bro.
I think it might be more than that.
Uh,
I don't know. But I say that to say it's just like we gotta just grind. I
I
think in the
was
Bay Area we
I
got
used to
hustles. We
write
have
that
different
down.
forms of income. We have
Yeah,
different ways of making sure we
yeah,
take care of ourselves.
exactly. But I also would definitely say, yeah, you brought up another word is desensitized.
Mhm.
Because there is a desensitization, and if that's a word, in just being like, well, because everybody that I've talked to, shit, I talked to David, I talked to Damien, of course. I was just talking to Nina.
Mhm.
So like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna do what I'm doing and just get by. Everything's pretty cool out, especially out here for what it is. You know what I mean? Like I feel safe and I got enough. I don't have any goals to like move forward or anything, kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
definitely don't feel hopeful for my freaking house to myself because the only house I'm gonna have is this one, and the only time I'm gonna own it is when my mom's dead. So that doesn't sound great either.
Yeah.
Like, I like my mom, she's cool. I would like to keep her around for as long as I can, but I would like to venture out, you know. So I think that's why travel is a huge thing with us, is because like that's a really good way to spend your money and kind of like keep it cheap. You don't really have to stay anywhere for too long, but you still get the experience. I think that's why we do that a lot, if I had to guess. But the the desensitized kind of thing is like, well, shit, I haven't had health care for this long. My teeth is fine. Um, So yeah, that I always kind of thought about it like that. I thought that the word being like desensitized was very interesting. Let me stop staring. Sorry, guys. But like you know what I mean? It's like what are you gonna do? Sit down and cry about it? Like, no, I'm just gonna adapt, do what you can do. Um, yeah, you feel me? All right, let's keep. Okay, let us get to the last part. All right. Any last words, my friend? Would you like to exit out
Yeah,
and
we
just
good.
say your closing thoughts and
Keep grinding, keep hustling, and find you a business to create. And I think that's the only way out is to have ownership of something and don't feel like yes, we have a capitalist country, but it's like it's also probably the only way out is to be able to create something for yourself that you can continue to make money from and travel and do what you want and create that ownership for yourself, we have to have multiple streams of income. And but don't feel like you also have to burn yourself out trying to do that. Take care of your mental health. And it's okay to just stand still and have faith.
Hmm. I love that. So for me, I'm just gonna say my last thoughts. The reason why I am doing this and feel so very much so like passionate about the millennial gaze, like with the eyes, okay? Like gazing, okay? Let's just get that clear. It's because I care about my age group. I'm passionate about it. You guys see all my Pikachus back there, all my Yu-Gi-Oh and my Harry Potter, and like I'm just so much born. I'm born in 1992, and I'm just passionate about my people, and I just want to tell our stories because we are so unique and so fun and so fucking cool, and we're still young, and we're just gritty and smart, and all the cool shit. And so I just want to have a place for us to come to, and community is so important to me, like helping each other, making sure that we are networking within our community and building our community, and like making sure that yes, self-care is good, but you will not be anywhere. I have not met any successful person that has gotten successful on their own. So I want everybody to realize that we cannot, none of us do this on our own. We have to look out for each other. Okay? So I'll see you next time on the Millennial Gaze. So we're gonna work on Okay, so that is episode one of the Millennial Gaze with Jimonte Lavon. I really hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I can't wait for episode two. I don't know who it's gonna be. I have a few people really willing to line up, so I just gotta sit them down. But I really hope you enjoyed that. Please comment. I want to know what you think about, this show. If you want to join and be my next guest, definitely hit me up. All that information is in the description box below. The description box below. Got a little tongue tied. Y'all know I was over here smoking a blunt. My bad. But yeah, and yeah, I hope you guys liked it. If you have any suggestions or you know somebody that would like to join the show, I don't have to know you personally. Like you can literally just hit me up. You know what I mean? If you just want to have a conversation, it's very much so couch kick it style. So yeah. All right. Episode one is in the bin. So I'm very excited. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe to the We the People Unite channel. And be blessed, all right? Take care. Peace.